everyone. Ready to dive deep into some serious productivity power today?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be talking about getting things done, but not just like the surface level stuff, you know? Like we're going way beyond to-do lists and, all those fancy apps to like uncover what really fuels productivity.
For sure.
And we've got this awesome podcast episode that's going to guide us.
Awesome.
It's called Unleashing Your Potential, the Art of Living Productively.
Catchy.
Yeah. And we're about to like extract all the best tips and insights just for you guys.
You know what's so fascinating about this episode? It really digs into the mindset behind productivity.
Yeah.
Which I think we often overlook. It's not about brute forcing your way through tasks.
Yeah.
It's about working smarter and aligning your actions with your deeper purpose.
You know what? It's funny you should say that because I used to think being productive meant like cramming my day.
Oh, yeah.
With as much as possible.
I've been there.
But this whole idea of purpose.
Right.
It's like I suddenly see a map.
Totally.
Instead of just running around in a maze.
Exactly. And that's where this episode gets really powerful.
Oh, really?
It asks this question like, why do you want to be productive? Think about it.
Yeah.
What's driving you to get more done? Is it external pressure? Desire to achieve something specific?
Right.
Or maybe a longing for more free time?
Whoa, that's a great question to just kind of pause and consider.
Isn't it?
Like, are we chasing somebody else's definition of productivity?
Right.
Or are we like clear on what it means for us?
Exactly. And once you have that why figured out, that's when the practical stuff starts making sense.
Okay, I'm ready.
The episode dives into the habits of highly productive people.
Ooh.
And it turns out a lot of them
Yeah.
surprisingly simple.
Okay, spill the beans.
Okay.
So what kind of habits are we talking?
Well, for starters, a morning routine,
Okay.
but not the kind that requires you to wake up at 4 a.m.
Oh, thank goodness.
and like do yoga on a mountaintop.
Okay.
The episodes emphasizes that even a small, consistent routine can make a huge difference.
So even just like 10 minutes of reading or like stretching could set the tone for the whole day?
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Those first few choices you make,
Yeah.
they really set the stage for how you approach the rest of the day.
Interesting.
Plus, a routine reduces decision fatigue.
What's that?
It means your brain isn't bogged down with like tiny choices early on.
Okay.
But you free up energy for more important things.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What else do these like productivity gurus swear by?
Another gem is daily prioritization.
Okay.
Sounds obvious. Yeah. But how many of us actually do it?
Oh, great.
The idea is to identify
Yeah.
your top 3 tasks for the day.
Okay.
Either the night before or first thing in the morning.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
It's like having a mini roadmap for your day.
Right.
So you don't get sidetracked by the less important stuff.
Exactly.
I know I'm so guilty of starting my day with email.
Oh, yeah.
And then getting sucked into a vortex of busy work.
And that's exactly what this habit helps you avoid
Okay.
by focusing on those top 3 tasks.
Yeah.
You're consciously deciding what matters most
Right.
and giving yourself permission to let go of the rest,
Okay.
at least for today.
I'm starting to see how these like simple habits can add up to some serious productivity gains.
Yeah.
But what about the actual organization of our time?
Okay.
Does the episode touch on that at all?
Absolutely.
Ah.
It introduces this concept called time blocking,
Okay.
which is all about dividing your day into chunks
Okay.
dedicated to specific tasks.
Okay.
You might have a block for emails, another for focused work, one for meetings, and so on.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
But honestly, the idea of scheduling my entire day
Yeah.
feels a little intense.
It can seem that way at first.
Yeah.
But think of it less like a rigid schedule
Okay.
and more like a flexible framework. You're essentially creating containers for your work.
Okay.
So you're not constantly switching gears and losing focus.
So instead of jumping between email writing and phone calls all morning, I dedicate specific blocks of time to each one.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the beauty of it is you can customize it to your own work style and preferences.
Okay.
Some people like to have very structured blocks,
Right.
while others prefer a more fluid approach.
I can see how that visual representation of your day could be really helpful.
Yeah.
Especially for someone like me who tends to get overwhelmed easily.
And plus, it helps you get realistic about how much you can actually accomplish in a day.
True.
We often underestimate the time things take.
Yes.
But when you see it laid out visually, you're less likely to overcommit.
Okay.
Right.
So we've covered mindset shifts. We're building these power habits.
Yeah.
But what about those days when motivation just goes MIA?
Yeah.
We all have them, right?
Absolutely. Staying motivated 24/7 is a myth.
For sure.
And the episode acknowledges that.
Okay, good.
It offers some great advice for those times when you're feeling stuck.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to...
Tell me. What's the secret sauce?
Well, it's not so much a secret sauce as it is a shift in perspective.
Okay.
The episode suggests breaking down those daunting tasks into smaller, more manageable steps.
Oh, I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
But honestly, sometimes it feels like I'm just making more work for myself.
I hear you, but think of it this way.
Okay.
Imagine you're climbing a mountain.
Okay.
Looking at the entire climb from the bottom can feel overwhelming, right?
Oh, for sure.
But if you focus on reaching the next base camp and then the next, it suddenly feels achievable.
Okay, that's a great analogy.
Right.
So instead of focusing on finishing that huge presentation, I could break it down into smaller chunks.
Exactly.
Like research, outline design, practice.
Yeah.
Suddenly it feels a lot less scary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And each step you complete, no matter how small, it becomes a mini win.
Okay.
That fuels your motivation to keep going.
It's like those video games where you level up.
Right.
Each small achievement gives you a little dopamine boost and keeps you playing.
You got it.
I like that.
And speaking of gaming,
the
episode mentions another strategy that might sound familiar.
Okay.
Finding an accountability buddy.
Oh, like a workout buddy, but for getting things done.
Exactly.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to stay motivated when you know someone else is cheering you on and maybe like gently nudging you.
A little nudge.
When you need it.
It's about creating a support system. Someone who understands your goals and can help you stay on track.
Okay.
Plus, celebrating those wins together is so much more fun.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
so we've got our mindset in check.
Yeah.
We're building those power habits. We've even got our accountability buddy on speed dial.
All right.
But I gotta ask,
what
about burnout?
Oh, yeah.
How do we avoid...
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
Pushing ourselves too hard in the quest for productivity.
Right.
The episode doesn't shy away from it.
Okay, good.
It emphasizes that rest and recharge are not the enemies of productivity.
Okay.
They're essential ingredients.
Wait, so taking breaks and actually getting enough sleep can make me more productive?
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Your brain is like a muscle.
Okay.
If you constantly push it to the limit without any recovery time, it's going to get exhausted. And eventually, it just won't perform as well.
So those afternoon slumps I get, maybe they're not just me being lazy.
Right.
Maybe my brain is genuinely needing a break.
It's possible.
Okay.
And that's why scheduling downtime, whether it's a short walk, a few minutes of meditation, or just stepping away from your screen, can actually boost your overall productivity.
Okay, this is all starting to sound like a much more sustainable approach to productivity. One that doesn't involve burning myself out by Wednesday.
Exactly.
But I'm curious, what about the actual tools and techniques?
Okay.
Are there any specific hacks that the episode recommends?
There are a few that stand out.
Okay.
And some you might already be familiar with.
Okay.
One that's gained a lot of popularity is the Pomodoro technique.
Oh, the name rings a bell.
Yeah.
But I'm a little fuzzy on the details.
It's all about working in focused intervals.
Okay.
Typically 25 minutes of work, followed by a 5-minute break.
Okay.
And after every 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break.
Okay.
Of 15-20 minutes.
So it's basically like interval training.
Yes.
But for your brain.
Exactly.
I can definitely see the appeal, especially for someone like me.
Right.
Who has the attention span of a goldfish sometimes.
And it can be surprisingly effective.
Okay.
Those short breaks help prevent mental fatigue.
Right.
And knowing that a break is coming soon can make it easier to push through, even when you're not feeling super motivated.
Okay, I'm adding Pomodoro technique to my list of things to try ASAP.
Awesome.
What else is in this productivity toolbox?
Well, the episode also touches on the world of productivity apps.
Oh, yeah.
which can be both a blessing and a curse.
Oh, tell me about it.
There are so many out there.
I know.
It's easy to get overwhelmed.
I've downloaded so many apps.
Right.
And I end up using maybe 2 of them regularly.
The key is to find tools that genuinely support your workflow and help you stay organized without adding unnecessary complexity.
Right.
It's about finding what works for you.
Okay.
And not getting sucked into the hype of the latest and greatest app.
So things like Trello for project management, Notion for note-taking, and good old-fashioned to-do list apps.
Those are classics.
Can be lifesavers if used strategically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about choosing tools that fit your needs and preferences.
Right.
Not just adding more digital clutter to your life.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm definitely guilty of trying to force myself to use an app.
Oh, yeah.
Just because everyone else is raving about it.
Totally.
Even if it doesn't really click for me.
And speaking of finding what works.
Okay.
The episode ends with a reminder to regularly reflect on your productivity journey.
You know, I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind.
Right.
And forget to step back.
Yeah.
And assess what's working and what's not. What kind of reflection does the episode suggest?
It could be as simple as a weekly check-in with yourself.
Okay.
Asking questions like, what went well this week? Where did I struggle? What adjustments can I make?
It's like a mini performance review.
Yes.
But for your own productivity system.
Exactly.
Love it.
And this leads us to another fascinating aspect of productivity.
Oh, really?
That the episode explores the impact of our environment.
Ooh, tell me more.
Yeah.
I've always felt like my surroundings can really affect my focus and motivation.
Right.
Sometimes I feel most productive in a bustling coffee shop.
Yeah.
Other times, I need absolute silence to get anything done.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Our environment plays a huge role in how we feel and how well we work.
Right.
The episode highlights several factors that can make a big difference.
Yeah.
Starting with...
Don't leave me hanging. What's the first one?
Now, decluttering.
Ooh, decluttering.
Yeah.
Now there's a topic I can get behind.
Right.
I've always felt like, you know, a clean space equals a clear mind.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
The episode really emphasizes how a tidy environment it can actually reduce mental clutter, which then frees up like cognitive space for the tasks that really matter.
It's like when you finally clean out that junk drawer.
Yes.
You didn't realize how much it was weighing you down until it was gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, beyond just the physical space, think about your digital clutter, too.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Are you bombarded with notifications?
All the time.
Is your desktop like a sea of icons?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Those things can subtly drain your energy and focus without you even realizing it.
It's true. I'm definitely guilty of having a million tabs open at once.
Oh, yeah.
It's like my browser is a visual representation of my scattered brain.
Okay, so decluttering check. What's the next environmental factor?
Okay, what's next?
Well, once you've created that sense of order, the next step is minimizing distractions.
Oh, boy, that's a tough one.
Right.
I feel like I'm constantly battling distractions.
Yeah.
My phone, my email.
Yeah.
The siren song of social media.
We've all been there.
It's a struggle.
The episode suggests creating a designated workspace, if possible.
Okay.
Even if it's just a corner of a room.
Right.
It's about sending a signal to your brain.
Okay.
That when you're in that space, it's time to focus.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's like creating a mental boundary
between
work mode and everything else.
And if you can't physically separate your workspace, noise-canceling headphones can be a lifesaver.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of noise-canceling headphones.
They create like that little bubble of focus.
Yeah.
Allowing you to tune out the external world.
Right.
And get into the zone.
It's amazing how much they help with concentration. But what about those distractions that come from like people?
Totally.
You know, like the well-meaning coworker who pops by for a chat.
Yeah.
Or the family member who needs just one quick thing.
That's where communication comes in.
Oh.
The episode stresses the importance of setting boundaries.
Yeah.
And communicating those boundaries to the people around you.
So it's not about being rude.
No.
It's about being proactive and protecting your time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Whether it's putting your phone on Do Not Disturb or letting your family know you need a few hours of uninterrupted work time.
Right.
clear communication can prevent a lot of those little distractions.
Yeah, these are all such practical tips.
Right.
I'm feeling inspired to revamp my entire work setup.
Awesome.
But before we wrap up this environmental deep dive, I'm curious, does the episode talk about anything beyond?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Physical space and distractions. It touches on this really interesting concept of optimizing your energy peaks.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. What exactly does that mean?
It's about paying attention to your natural rhythms and figuring out when you're most energized and focused throughout the day. We all have different patterns.
Oh, yeah.
Some people are morning larks. Right. Others are night owls.
Oh, I'm definitely a morning person.
There you go.
I get my best work done before noon.
Yeah.
After lunch, it's like my brain goes into hibernation mode.
That's a perfect example.
It's true.
And the key is to work with your natural energy flow.
Okay.
Not against it.
Got it.
If you know you're most alert in the morning, schedule your most demanding tasks for that time.
Right.
If you hit your stride in the afternoon, protect those hours for deep work.
So it's like aligning your work schedule with your internal clock.
It's about maximizing your productivity by working smarter, not harder.
I like.
And speaking of working smarter,
remember
that thought-provoking question the episode ended with?
The one about making one small change?
Yes.
To boost our productivity.
Exactly.
I've been thinking about that this whole time.
Well, now that we've unpacked all these strategies and insights, I'm curious what's resonating with you.
That's a good question.
What's one small tweak you could experiment with this week?
Honestly, there are so many good ideas here.
I know, right?
But if I had to choose just one, I think I'm going to commit to that morning routine.
Oh, awesome.
Even just 15 minutes of stretching.
Yeah.
And like a quick meditation before I dive into work.
I love that.
Yeah.
And remember, it's about finding what works for you.
Right.
Maybe for someone else, it's finally tackling that digital clutter. Or experimenting with the Pomodoro technique.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right.
And the beauty of it is that even small changes can have a ripple effect.
Absolutely.
Who knows? Maybe that 15-minute morning routine will lead to more focus, less stress, and a whole new level of productivity.
Exactly. It's all about progress, not perfection.
Right.
So, to everyone listening,
yes,
we challenge you.
Okay.
Choose one small change that speaks to you and give it a try.
Give it a shot.
You might be surprised at the results.
And remember, productivity isn't just about getting things done.
Right.
It's about creating a life that feels meaningful, intentional, and fulfilling.
I love that.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into productivity.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights and feel empowered to unlock your full potential.
Absolutely.
Until next time, stay curious,
stay motivated,
and keep creating the life you want.